need that.
Escape from Tarkov is one of the best first-person shooter games that I've ever played, and honestly, I've been addicted since I first watched the gameplay trailer back in 2016. I love the weapon customization and just how deep it is. I love the gunfights and how heart-pounding some of the action is, even how heart-pounding some of the stillness is. Hearing gunshots in the distance, getting closer, and preparing for that inevitable gunfight is just adrenaline filling, if that's even a way to describe something. But it's not a perfect game by any stretch. There are a few bugs and the occasional hacker. But I want to talk to you about something that has been bugging me for some time now, and that's the fact that some of the quests or tasks in Escape from Tarkov are, in my opinion, still poorly designed. And I'm not just talking about the ones that they have made even more of a grind to slow down player progression. Thanks, Pestily. I'm also talking about the fetch quests. I'm also talking about the God damn it. I'm also talking about the fetch quests with silly object placement. Now, as I said before, I'm addicted to this game, so I want Tarkov to succeed. I do. And I'm well aware that all the tasks we do now are purely side quests. So how do we get the tasks to be better? I'm going to start with an easy one, I think, and that's simply better quest item placement. So please, Battlestate, do not put items we can't shove into our prison wallets, I mean in our respective containers, in silly or hard to reach places. Like the motor controller in the cardboard box in the back of the ute tray on Woods. That place is already a death trap, so why make it even harder? Or even just placing items like this in easily findable locations. Having to crouch down and aim with the middle mouse button at a random spot on the back of a crashed van and on the water's edge, just to pick up an item that you can't see? Well, that's just bad game design. The two tasks, fishing gear and delivery from the past, are two of the most frustrating and heart-pounding tasks in the game, and all you were doing is standing in place, holding a button, hoping, praying that someone doesn't see you and relieve you of your anxiety-filled nightmare. I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't take longer than 5 seconds for me to place something on the ground, so I think these kind of tasks need reworking. Maybe just reducing the placement timer would be more ideal, but I understand they are trying to promote playing with a group. But what about the people that their schedules don't match up? Like with their friends? Or what about people that don't have friends? Maybe a good way to promote team play is to make the progression of certain quests shared between squad mates. So if they have that quest, like say the Punisher quests, if two squad mates are doing those tasks together, then each of their kills counts towards both of the players' quests. This would ultimately make the game less of a grind too, which isn't a bad thing for those of us that aren't a full-time streamer. And that's who I think Battlestate are accommodating here. I understand they're bringing in the numbers by playing the game for 12 hours plus a day. But look at what happened to EA when they made Battlefront 2 a grind. People hated it. I mean, at the time of writing this, there are less than 3,000 players online over all the platforms. Now, the grind isn't the only issue that that game had. So I'm not saying that is the only reason why not many people are playing it. But I feel in Tarkov's case that if the quest system was as good as the weapon customization, then players would stick around longer between the wipes. If you consider all the other maps that are yet to be added to the game, and just the amount of tasks that each one of them could potentially bring, you know, on top of the possibility of having dynamic tasks or even daily and weekly tasks, you don't need all of them to be just this constant grind, because after a while that the grind, well, it grinds on you, it wears you down. I just finished the Punisher series, and gotta tell you, I'm kind of Tarkov'd out at the moment, and I'm an absolute Tarkov addict, so I can imagine someone who is not as enthused about this game just giving up because it's just become too much. And if they don't fix it, then I'm worried about the future of one of my favorite addictions. I mean, games. Hopefully Battlestate sees this and they don't DMCA strike me. We shall see. See you in the next one. Maybe.